Hello, I'm Ian and I'm the vicar of St Matthew's, Bristol, and it's my privilege to share a short midweek thought with you this week. Last Sunday I mentioned how strange it was not to have the Olympics back on our television screens. We'd had them there for the previous 17 days, watching brilliant sport, whether you're a general follower of sport or not. I don't think we can help but be transfixed by a lot of what goes on in the Olympics, all the different sports and activities that we've not seen before, and marvel at the prowess of these athletes. And it seems rather strange to go back to some daytime TV and not have that on our screens. But of course we don't have to go back to being without the Olympics for very long, because in a week's time the Paralympics starts in Paris, and we will see again the most extraordinary examples of courage, of perseverance, of the results of hard training, the consequences of great teamwork, and the sheer guts and determination of those who will be competing in the Paralympics. It will be awe-inspiring. And so our summer of sport will continue. You have more great treats to come. Whether you're a sports person or not, as I said earlier, I think we cannot help but marvel at what we see during these Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games. And we've been having a short series all about running the race as an athlete for God, so to speak, during this Olympic season. And we've reflected on what it means to train hard as a Christian, to build up the habits and rhythms and patterns of life, prayer, Bible study, worship together, that help us draw closer to God and be more impactful in our lives as a Christian for the world in sharing the good news of Jesus. We've thought about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. What happens to us? How do we respond as Christians when our dreams might not come true? We've reflected on the importance of being part of a team, that new intergenerational, radical, different family of Jesus, that Jesus came to initiate and bring and show us the way in. We can't operate on our own in lives. We need and we thrive in community, because God is love and love doesn't operate on its own. Love is a giving and a receiving thing. And we're going to be ending our series this week talking about being humble when we win. There's a huge amount of rather grim fist pumping and rubbing people's noses into the dirt in the political scene these days, here and internationally. And it's pretty horrid, isn't it, that we need to try and win by being vindictive and foul and horrible about our opponents. And then when we win, finally, some sort of race, acting with very little grace. Jesus came to show us a different way. We have the victory in Jesus Christ. Sin has been overcome. Darkness and death have been beaten. All that Satan can throw at the world has lost, because Jesus Christ and the love and goodness of God has the victory. Jesus went to the cross for us, took all the darkness of the world upon his shoulders on the cross, all the sin of the world, and he died under the weight of that. But the goodness and love of God won, and he rose again from death to new life and new hope. He has the victory over all that is dark and evil, and we as Christians share in that victory. As we run the race of life, as we train as athletes for God, we hold in our hearts the promise of that victory and being with God in glory forever. So may I encourage you to remember that you have the victory in Jesus Christ, or that you can know that victory, that new hope, new life in Jesus Christ. But it is a wonderful thing of grace and humility and gentleness and love, the radical new kingdom of Jesus. God bless you this week.